Reeta Indiana.
It is Reeta Indiana, the rocker Dominican writer who won the Region Guadalupe's Great Literary Award at the 5th Congress of Writers of the Caribbean. Rewarded for her book La Mucama de Omincanlay, released in 2015, Reeta Indiana represents the new generation of authors of the Dominican Republic as explained by Delia Blanco, Franco-Dominican writer.
She represents a new generation of writers. She's Dominican. The Dominican Republic wins through her a literary prize, but it's a new generation of the Caribbean who wins this prize. Because Reeta Indiana, who is she? She's a writer who responds to the new values of literature and a new semantics. The semantics that mixes writing with music and at the same time the message between ecology and rebellion.
Et la rébellion. Et de plus, elle a un discours.
Moreover, she has an insular discourse. That is to say, she thinks that the dialogue between the Dominican youth and the Haitian youth is possible. And all this at the rhythm of the urban music in writing. That is Reeta Indiana. I'm happy for the emerging writers of the Caribbean. They had in this contest a beautiful place through her.
An original choice on the part of the jury of this 5th Congress of Writers of the Caribbean, which was held from April 6 to 9 at the Memorial ACTE in Guadeloupe, a congress entirely supported by the Regional Council.
En tant que collectivité territoriale de Guadeloupe, la région
As a territorial collectivity of Guadeloupe, the region has decided to favor the rapprochement with the neighboring countries of the Caribbean. And culture is an important vector for this rapprochement. This is the reason why the Congress of the Writers of the Caribbean was imposed upon us, because we felt that this Congress should make it possible to get closer. Of course, on the writers, but also beyond all those who are inhabited by the artistic spirit and want to use art as means of communication.
The Haitian writer, Lionel Trullo, new president of the Association of Writers of the Caribbean, wishes to emphasize the importance of the association's role in the Congress.
We're here at the 5th Congress of the Caribbean Writers Association. And people do talk a lot about the Congress, but often we forget to talk about the association itself. And the great thing is that now, Caribbean writers writing in all languages of the Caribbean and are together, united in the idea of asking ourselves questions about who are we, what are we talking about, what are we writing about, and what are the problems of our societies. Because too often people fail to link the writing and the social conditions of real human beings. Yeah, we believe that one of the tasks of the association is to remind us writers of our responsibilities as human beings, members of living communities with social issues and problems of all sorts. So the idea is not to talk about me being a good writer, you being a good writer, and all that. It's to talk about the relationship between literature and real life.
A partnership between the Association of Writers of the Caribbean and the Regional Council of Guadeloupe promised a bright future if we believe the president of the Culture Commission.
We call naturally for the 6th Congress of Caribbean Writers, and we say that this 6th Congress must be even more beautiful, and that he will have to gather even more talents, more writers, and that we can also make known the Caribbean literature as far as possible. That it be translated into as many languages as possible, so that is accessible to as wide a readership as possible. That is what I wanted to say to my brother in the Caribbean and to my brother of Caribbean writers in particular.
The date is therefore taken for the 6th Congress of Writers of the Caribbean in 2018.